I get so excited when it starts counting down. Time to start.
Yay!
Yay!
Here we
Hello,
are.
everybody.
Hi, friends.
How are
Glad to see
you?
you. Sorry I missed you last week.
Yeah, Dana. We were
I
very,
know
very sad.
technical difficulties. I was having issues.
It was sad times without my Dana. We missed you really, really bad. And it was definitely was not the same.
No. Watching on the chat just didn't do it for me.
I know. Me either. I kept trying to talk to people and nobody was answering. So at least you respond to me. That's the beauty of this. Friends, do you like my new little countdown of how many days we've been in? I discovered, let's see, right? Oh, right there. I discovered this little widget that I could add. Day 66 in quarantine.
Can you believe it? Ugh.
Oh my goodness. I cannot
Crazy.
believe it. It is crazy. It is very crazy. We are sad to tell you that this is the last official strategy session of this year.
It's crazy that it's already the end of May. What in the world?
No, so crazy. I will say this though. Dana and I are here for you because this is our last official strategy session. Does not mean that we will not hop on here to help you, to make announcements, to answer. If there's something that just keeps reoccurring, we just had that conversation before we went live about what are the things that people are asking this week. We will always jump in to help. So this is our last official one, unless some huge need comes up that we need to jump back in and help. So don't cry too hard. You can't get rid of us. I see
we might really miss it too.
I know, that's the truth. And the happy thing is that in sometime in the near future, we'll let you know when exactly very soon we're going to make an announcement about 2021. So that's fun. I think for me, I am ready for 2020 to be done. So whenever we post, a lot of people always say, wow, I can't think about 2021. If you can't think about it, just don't watch it. You don't have to watch that theme reveal, and we won't tell you about it until summer's over. For me, I just need something to look forward to. So we're going to press on with that because that's
looking ahead.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right. So let's dive in. Dana, I know that I want to cover really quickly before we dive into our main content today. There were a few things that we were saying we're getting a lot of questions about. People who are just now, we have a lot of new people. So welcome.
Yay! Welcome.
And for those new people who they buy and then they are like, okay, how do I get my curriculum? I know a lot of them are emailing you, Dana. What are you telling them?
Yeah, just go to orangevbs.com/download, and that's going to take you to our material site, which is where you'll enter your code and log in right there. You'll be good to go from that point on. You only have to enter that code one time, and then you'll push the focus icon and you are in. And it does not, we've gotten a lot of questions of, it's not showing up on my downloads page. That's correct. Right. It's because it's a different
website.
Yes. Yeah. Delivery system, whatever it's called.
Yeah. It's not the Orange website. It's the orangevbs.com, and you just click the download in the upper right-hand corner on our main website. So it's not the Orange system.
So it's not going to show up on your download dashboard like you normally get your weekly curriculum, because this is a different product. It's special.
So if people want their code now, but they're waiting on their kit to come in the mail, what can they do? Who can they?
Right. If you just email partnersupport@rethinkgroup.org, you'll be able to, they'll send with your order number, your receipt, they'll send you your code ahead of time. What you actually purchased was a kit that has some samples and some extra goodies that we throw in there. Also comes with your card. You can't see my hands. I'm showing you. It also comes with the card that has your code on it. And that, but if you can't wait to get that in the mail, they'll help you and give you a code to get you started so you can jump in.
And you can email that address, or they've also switched their address over to partnersupport@thinkorange.com too.
Yes,
Either one works. We're all switching over to ThinkOrange.
Yes, thinkorange.com. Yeah.
And I think you can probably even reply. I think they're the ones that send you your receipt, so you can probably even reply to that and ask them. Okay, so that covers the downloads and how to get your code. And a lot of you are asking a lot of information on copyright. We, as a team at Orange, are working on a document today. I don't know if it'll be ready today or not, but we're working on a document to share with you that will cover everything, because that's so extensive. Where to share music, where to share videos, what's allowable, how do I get a license, so
how do I get it to my families? How do I, all of those things.
Right. So we're going to just work on a document that will lay that all out, and we'll pin it on this page. We'll put it in the FAQs. We'll have it available for anybody that needs it, but just stay tuned here and we'll let you know when that's available. So all that to say, anything else you can think of before we dive into the meat of our content today, Dana?
Those are the main questions we're getting over and over. So that covers it.
Okay, awesome. I want to look really quick at the questions coming into you. Where can we find focus labels for our kits? I think several people who are doing kits have just made those using all the graphics. So if you look in your folder 2, it has tons of graphics that you can use to create anything you would like. Session 11 already, I know, right? Will there be an updated FX? No, we're not going to do an updated FX this go round. Anything else?
That's it so far.
That is it. Okay, great. All right. So the first question that we want to talk about is, what does it look like to connect with the kids and to connect kids and small group leaders during VBS and beyond that? And Dana and I have been brainstorming with a lot of you. A lot of you have said, people are not tuning into my broadcast on Sunday. I send them a link and they're not joining, or it says I don't have a lot of views. I feel like from the families I've talked to in my community, so this is not the church leaders, but the families, their kids are desperately missing that personal human connection.
Yeah. They need to see a face, like in person, not just on screens. My kids are so sick. Can you believe I'm actually saying this? My kids are so sick of screens. I praise the Lord finally.
Yeah.
But they just want to see people. They just look out the window and are like, is anyone outside, please? I just want to go do something with somebody.
I know.
That human touch is, even though we can't touch,
just
the human connection, the face-to-face interaction is so important. So some creative ideas of ways to actually be face-to-face, even though we can't meet together. I don't know, Amy, I think your schools, because we're in the same school system, but our schools, today is the last day officially of school, which we haven't had school since March, but CLS official day, and they are trying to do things for our kids. We just got back actually from a drive-by end of school parade where all the teachers were standing outside the school, and we got to drive by and wave and yell and honk horns and all those fun things. But it sounds silly, but it was so exciting for my kids just to be able to even get a glimpse of their friends across the way in their cars and to wave at their teachers. It means so much now to have that human connection.
I think that's such a good point, Dana. And I think that churches need to just brainstorm that together. Like, what can we do that's, of course, within the guidelines of your local government, your area, the CDC, we're not telling you to do anything against whatever the rules are for where you live. We, of course, want you to respect that. But I think it's so important to either do something like Dana described, or maybe you have your small group leaders. If you truly keep your small group small and have those leaders just keep a group of 8 to 10 and ask them to even maybe do a drive-by. maybe on Saturday, I love all the pictures of people doing ding dong ditch, and they're literally leaving ding dongs and other prizes. So maybe you leave some of the VBS swag, you hang it on their door, and maybe you ring the doorbell and then run back to your car and just ask if they can sit on their front porch and talk to you for a minute and wave and yell. Just some fun things to surprise them with that human touch. Because I think when you leverage your volunteers to help you show up in person for people, that is what means the most.
For sure, for sure. Well, and even one of my girls, they all drive, but they have gotten all their friends together in the parking lot, back their cars up in this big circle, and all just sit in their trunks and talk. And it means so much. And we could do that with parents, and because parents need the adult interaction as well. But you do that with parents in a small group and the kids, and all just sit in their cars in the circle in the parking lot and have a little chat and hand out the information for the week or whatever. Just an easy way to make that connection again is so important. So important.
Two other fun things that I've heard that some churches are doing. So one is doing a parade. They are going to meet at the church and just do a parade around the neighborhoods near the church. They're doing a parade with the volunteers, but that led me to think you could also have a parade, like a last day parade, and just have the kids and parents come decorate their car and come and just drive by a nursing home or a hospital, or, you could pick something close by and do a little parade for them just to see each other and wave. And maybe they're sitting in the back of a truck or hanging out the sunroof or whatever. Even if it's in your parking lot, that's just something fun where they're there in person together. And the other thing that a church I met with yesterday that they're doing is they're going to kick off their VBS night 1 on night 1 and night 5 on the last night with a drive-in. So they said that they've done that a couple of times with their church. They said they were surprised at how easy that was to set up. And so they're going to do that to just have, again, some personal interaction. So just be thinking about those things, and then have those small group leaders as the summer progresses, as hopefully restrictions lift, encourage those small group leaders to keep following up with those families.
Yes.
Because we want them to keep reaching out, to keep connecting, to keep encouraging. And maybe when restrictions have lifted some, they can gather with those small groups. And I would encourage and empower them to do that. But if nothing else, continue to connect with those kids. The other thing that we wanted to think through with you guys, excuse me, is how to connect with parents when we're not in the same room, we're not in the same church. How can we keep encouraging parents? And I know Dana and we talked about a couple things, and I feel like you said something that I really liked, Dana. And if not, pass it back to me.
Not real sure what that was.
Okay.
Maybe I really liked it, but I know we have a ton of tools in our VBS anyway. In just the regular system of the emails to send out every day and the Parent Queue app and all the things that are in our normal VBS that you can put in their hands easily. But as for a new idea, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do that. Well, the thing that I was going to say that I really like this idea that several people I've talked to are doing they're hosting very practical online events for parents. So they're hosting a parent Zoom call and interviewing a local counselor to, how to navigate my kids' emotions in this pandemic, or how to navigate the boredom that has set in, or how to navigate kids and anxiety. So they're finding out what the needs are of the parents in their community. They're holding a very practical get together to meet those needs, but then through that, leverage that. Say, part of dealing with anxiety or boredom or whatever your kids are struggling with is they need some fun. They need something to look forward to.
Right.
My friend Sissy Goff, who is our personal counselor, she's a friend. She's amazing. She's written several articles about this. And they've all said kids need something to look forward to. So I think that you can then insert your invite to participate in VBS and how they can be a part, not as a bait and switch, but just as a, here's some things we're offering that your kids can look forward to.
Right. Now that you mentioned Sissy, we did talk about something.
I do it.
My church is they have started since the pandemic, they have started a podcast. And so every week they are doing a parent podcast with our children's minister and someone that is respected in some sort of field. So they interviewed Sissy to talk about anxiety and the mental effects that this pandemic is causing for all of us. But and then they've done some other ones like that too. But that again is a podcast, a Zoom meeting, a webinar, all of those things. It's a way to connect with those families and then give them some great application of pulling back into your Sundays, your Wednesdays, your weekly, your VBS, whatever, some tools that you can lead them towards.
Yeah, that's very good. I see that a lot of people are asking, well, first of all, let me say this. Dana's church is Church of the City in Franklin, Tennessee. So if you want to search that podcast and check it out, please do, because that might be a good resource for you to see what they're doing. Secondly, a lot of people are asking about this whole concept of a drive-in, which I love that. So I don't know enough about it to speak to it, but I know there are people who are doing that. So if you are, please comment. If you want to share your email or just share what you're doing, I think that's great. And maybe that's one of these bonus episodes we do is I get somebody to tell us a little bit about that. I know we've had some churches here that have had Sunday morning drive-in. So I don't know how they're projecting so that it shows during the day. Because I see some of you saying we have to wait till it gets dark. Somehow they're doing it. I'm not a techie, so I don't know. But that might be worth looking into. The church I talked to yesterday, they're using a company that comes in and sets up a screen and connects all the audio through an FM station. And they just tell you where to turn. Yeah. So, I would love if you're doing this, please let us know. And if you're doing it really well, then say, hey, you might want to interview me. We don't mind if you brag on yourself. It's helping everybody. So help us help you.
Yes.
And then finally, the thing that we wanted to touch on, I know a lot of you have said, I'm feeling really removed from my volunteers. How can I build relationships with my volunteers? And, truthfully, it's exactly like what we're trying to do with the kids.
Right.
They just feel so separated from what's happening because it's been so long. I mean, for me, it's been 66 days. 66 days. So the people who have stopped by my house, who have brought a lawn chair and set up in my backyard and said, come outside, I'm out here, come sit and talk to me. I mean, it has meant the world to me because you guys know I'm a single mom. I live alone with 3 teenagers. And so the people who have showed up just to keep me company and to provide encouragement or to drop off some fun little something. This morning, my neighbor at 6 a.m. texted me and said, she knows I'm an early riser. She said, there's something fun for you on your porch. And I went out and she had left a box of Krispy Kreme, some congratulations graduates balloons, and a poster she made that said happy would have been last day of 8th grade, 9th grade, and 11th grade, because those are the grades my kids just finished. And that meant everything to me. So I think that that's what your volunteers need right now. They need that connection. Um, they just need to know that you haven't forgotten them. And I think an invite to another Zoom meeting doesn't make them feel valued.
Right.
It's just one more draining thing. Zoom fatigue is a thing
Yeah.
that I'm
Yeah.
suffering from. I can
So
tell you
many.
personally. All the things. So, I mean, I just feel like just taking time to do some things like that for your people.
Hmm. Definitely. Even as simple as a handwritten note. I mean, I know that's not even face to face, but just some other kind of communication that's not electronic is really important. I mean, we're going back to the simple ways of life, because those seem to mean more, really, when it gets down to it.
Yeah.
Just that cup of coffee that's dropped off on your porch, or the note in the mail, or something like that is really what we're all looking for at the moment. A heart, a human connection.
Yeah. So true. So true. So, just we say all that to encourage you guys. We know this is such a difficult season. Um, I forgot to show you today, just for you guys, I wore my Keep Calm and VBS on shirt
Yes.
because really, really, we believe more than ever, and we've said this since day one when we entered quarantine, and we came on here and talked to you guys, that we believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are created for such a time as this. We
Yeah.
are hope and light of the world. Our kids need excitement, something to look forward to. And how great if we can be the people that bring that to them. So keep sharing your ideas, keep posting things. We want to help. We want to be a resource. We want to connect you with other people with good ideas. So please, when people ask for ideas, comment on it, because
Yeah.
you're smart. You're so smart, way smarter than me. Not Dana probably, but me.
Oh, no, 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 no. Y'all have such great ideas. I mean, you seriously are the most creative community I know. It amazes me every time I get on our Facebook group and see the ideas as I'm scrolling through. Y'all are really amazing. And just by being here, just by watching this video, you're taking a big step in figuring out what to do. I mean, that's huge right now. Besides just sitting on the couch and going, "What am I gonna do?" Because that's real too.
Let me I'm gonna say this and just call these people out. So Matt Sanders in Real Life in Florida, if you happen to be watching this and can share anything about your drive-in, please just post in the comments. The other thing, Josh Wooten, if you're watching, Josh, I'm going to call you so we can record something about what you're putting in your packets that you're going to deliver to families. There's already been several great posts of people sharing what's in their packets that they're giving out to kids and families. So I have a friend here in Nashville that's doing the same. So we'll get on and interview him. And anything else that you're hoping to see, you just let us know and we'll see if we can find somebody to interview. Somebody said we love ideas for drop off small gifts for volunteers. Maybe you just find out their favorite coffee or their favorite candy, or even just, I think it's not what it is, it's just knowing that somebody's thinking of me. So even if it's a little $5 something to Netflix tied to a bag of popcorn. Like
Right.
it doesn't have to be anything big. I think you can do very small, thoughtful things for your volunteers.
Well, and you could even use the VBS devotion book and give those as gifts to your small group volunteers, because then they can turn around and use them in the small groups that they're having with their kids. There are some great tools in our VBS store that you could use as ways to connect to parents, to connect to those families. One of the families people that I talked to this week said that they were putting together family packs and letting parents purchase those family packs, and they would be full of fun things that their kids can use that are VBS focus related. That would be a great thing for their families, just a little extra fun. So anyway.
Yeah, I agree. One last thing that somebody said they posted a Starbucks gift card using the barcode on Instagram and people could get coffee on us. I've seen that done before. That's so fun. I do see several of you asking about the color changing cups.
Oh.
And they are so cool. And I'm so sad to tell you that those came from China. And unfortunately, right now, it is not easy to get things from China. And so if we reordered, they wouldn't be in stock until the middle of July. And so we made the very difficult decision not to reorder those, just because the risk that we would even sell them by the time they got here, if they arrived on time. There's been a lot of hoops to jump through customs. And so we are really sorry about that. Right now, most everything is still in stock, but I would check if you want things to give to your volunteers. Like I see somebody said they brought the t-shirts to send to their volunteers to wear, especially if you host a drive-in or a parade or whatever. I think it's cool for them to have those. Mm-hmm. The student shirts, all of those things we're going to start running low on. The student booklets, the buffs, aka face masks for coronavirus. So I just encourage you to order, because we'll be sad if we run out of other things. And it's just probably going to happen this summer, just because of the nature of shipping, and a lot of plants are shut down that create things not only, internationally, but also domestically. So we apologize in advance.
Yep.
For that. Okay, friends, I think that's it for today. Dana, any parting words?
That's it. I can't believe it's the last one.
I know.
But I'm sure we'll see you again.
Yeah, they can't get rid of it. All right. We will talk to you very soon. Thank you.
Bye, guys.